Everyone tells you to hustle, to never give up, to try harder. But what if the secret to massive success wasn't trying at all? Pause for dramatic effect, then a more reflective, almost conspiratorial tone. Meet the alcoholic gambler who critics called depraved and who sold over 2 million books. His tombstone, it says, "Don't try." He was an alcoholic, a womanizer, a chronic gambler, a cheapskate, a deadbeat, and on his worst days, a poet. He's probably the last person anyone would look to for life advice or expect to find quoted in a self-help book, which is exactly why he's the perfect place to start. He wanted to be a writer, but for decades his work was rejected by almost every magazine, newspaper, journal, agent, and publisher he submitted to. Critics called his writing crude, disgusting, depraved. As the rejection slips piled up, the weight of his failures pushed him into an alcohol-fueled depression that haunted most of his life. He worked a day job as a letter filer at a post office. He earned meager wages, spent most of it on booze, and gambled away the rest at the racetrack. At night, he drank alone and occasionally hammered out poetry on his beat-up typewriter. Often, he would wake up on the floor, having passed out the night before. 30 years passed like this, a meaningless blur of alcohol, drugs, gambling, and prostitutes. Then, at age 50, after a lifetime of failure and self-loathing, he caught the attention of an editor at a small, independent publishing house. The editor couldn't offer him much money or promise him many readers, but he had an odd affection for the drunk loser and decided to take a chance on him. It was the first real opportunity he had ever been given, and he recognized it might be the only one he'd ever get. He wrote back, "I have one of two choices: stay in the post office and go crazy, or stay out here and play at writer and starve. I have decided to starve." After signing the contract, he wrote his first novel in 3 weeks. He titled it simply Post Office. The dedication read, "Dedicated to nobody." He went on to publish 6 novels and hundreds of poems, ultimately selling over 2 million copies of his work. His popularity defied everyone's expectations, including his own. Stories like his are central to our cultural narrative. He embodied the American dream. A man who never gave up, who fought for what he wanted, and who eventually achieved his wildest ambitions. It's practically a movie waiting to happen. We look at stories like his and say, "See, he never quit. He always believed in himself. He persisted and made something of his life." And yet etched into his tombstone is a strange epitaph: "Don't try." Despite the book sales and the fame, he remained a loser. He knew it. His success didn't come from a deep desire to become a winner, but from his acceptance of who he was. He embraced his flaws and wrote about them, brutally, honestly, and without apology. The genius of his work was not in overcoming impossible odds or transforming into a literary icon. It was instead in his ability to be completely, unflinchingly honest about himself, especially the worst parts. He shared his failures without hesitation or shame. That, ultimately, was the real key to his success, his comfort with being a failure. He didn't care about fame or fortune. Even after he found both, he still didn't try. He was not other than German-American poet, novelist, and short story writer Charles Bukowski,